Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a knitted A pattern block or square. These are perfect to make into blankets or just to use as washcloths. Today I am using the Lion brand ice cream yarn. It is a size 3 weight and this ball is about 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, and it has about 394 yards in it. As you can see, I still have a lot left, so knitting this little square does not take up much yarn at all. The size needle that I am using is a size 10, US size 10, or a 6mm. You'll also need a pair of scissors and of course a yarn needle to weave in any of your ends. Once you have all that together, let's get started. Alright, so to start, take your knitting needle and you're going to want to cast on 36 stitches. So to cast on, make sure you leave a long tail because that's where your stitches, your cast on stitches are coming from. They're not coming from the main ball. So cast on 36 stitches and then we will start row 1. Once you have your 36 stitches on your needle, go ahead and count them again just to double check. Turn your work. Now we're going to be working from this side with the working yarn over here. The first 4 rows are just straight knit stitch. So to knit stitch, you want to put your needle from the front to the back. Pick up your working yarn, wrap it around from behind, and pull that loop through, and the stitch that's on this needle pops off. So now you have one stitch on your other needle. So you're just going to knit every stitch all the way across, putting your needle front to back, wrapping the yarn around, and pulling off stitches and putting stitches onto this needle. when you get to the end, make sure you hit both of those stitches. Those are your initial cast on stitches. You can always double check and recount as you work your rows to make sure you always have 36 stitches on your needle. After you're done with a row, we turn and work the stitches all the way across. You want 4 rows of knit stitch, so we just worked row 1 as a knit stitch. You want 3 more knit stitch rows. So just continue for 3 more rows working the knit stitch, and then I will show you how to do row 5. So I have done 4 rows, and you can see it's shaping the little border is a garter stitch, and that's created when you knit every single row. For row 5, make sure all your stitches are on the left hand needle. Take your right hand needle. You're going to knit the first 3 stitches. You're going to purl the next 30, and the last 3 stitches you will knit. To purl, put your yarn to the front and go take your right-handed needle, go in from the back to the front, and you're going to wrap your yarn around the front. And then you're going to slip this stitch and pull that one off. Do the same thing, in from the back to the front, wrap your yarn, and then as you can see it creates this stitch on this needle, and you pull off the stitch on your left hand needle. So you want to do this all the way across until you get to the last 3 stitches, and then we're going to knit those last 3 stitches, and that will create a garter stitch border. So you've got your garter stitch on the bottom, and then you'll have a garter stitch border running up both sides when you're knitting the first 3 and the last 3 of every odd row. You can see how much this work grows as you knit. My cast on stitches were just probably about like that, and now we've got a much longer piece of work. You just have to scoot those stitches down so they're not all bunched up near the end. You don't want your stitches to slide off your needle. So I'm coming up near the end here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches left. So I'm going to purl these 2. And I want to knit these last 3 stitches. So I'm going to put my yarn to the back of my work behind my needles. And to knit, I'm going to go in from the front to the back, yarn over, yarn around that needle. And that is row 5. So it's kind of hard to see anything yet. It all just kind of looks like a garter stitch. Turn your work, row 6, and every even row after is going to be knitting all the way across. So sometimes you have to kind of slide these stitches back up onto your needle, especially if you're using one of these needles like I am. If they get into this sort of skinnier part, they don't want to slide up onto the actual needle as easy. So row 6, we're just going to knit all the way across. So go ahead and work your knit stitch into every stitch across, and I will show you how to do row 7. Sometimes these can be a little bit tight. Your purl stitches from the previous row are a little bit tighter, and when you work a knit row and then a purl row, you get the stockinette stitch look, which is what a traditional knitted sweater might look like. But sometimes those stitches are tight as you're working them back and forth. So just go slow, be patient with yourself. Make sure you work every stitch. And again, you can always count your stitches at the end of each row to make sure you have your 36 stitches. Alright, so you can start to see the different patterns. This was our 4 knitted rows, and then we did a purl row, and then we knit the last row, and that is creating the stockinette stitch up here. Our 3 stitches at the end are always going to be knit, and that will give us the garter stitch border. For row 7, this is when we start mixing up the knit and purl stitches within this row, and that will create our letter A. Make sure your stitches don't twist around. For row 7, we are going to knit the first 3, always knitting the first 3 of every odd row to create that border. We're going to purl the next 2. So put your yarn to the front, go in from the back, and wrap from the front to the back. So purl 2. We're going to knit the next 10, so move your yarn to the back, knit 10. After you knit the next 10, you're going to purl 6. So we want to move that yarn to the front, purl 6, After you purl 6, you're going to want to knit the next 10. So move your yarn to the back and knit the next 10. After you knit 10, you want to purl the next 2, so move your yarn to the front, purl those next 2 stitches, you should have 3 stitches left on your hook or your needle. You're going to knit those last 3 stitches, so move your yarn to the back and knit the last 3 to create our border. And that is row 7. Turn your work. Row 8 and every even row is just knitting straight across. Now make sure if you turn your work and your yarn is like this, make sure to pull it all the way to the front so you just have that 1 stitch. If it's back here, it almost looks like you have 2, but that is the actual stitch. So you want to make sure that you pull this as far to the front as you can, so you make sure you're just working into that stitch. So for row 8, go ahead and knit all the way across, and then we'll start row 9. Row 9, we are going to knit the first 3 stitches. Purl the next 2, so move your yarn to the front, go in from the back, and purl the next 2. Knit the next 10, so move your yarn to the back and knit the next 10 stitches. Purl the next 6, so move your yarn to the front and purl 6. Hit the next 10, so we want to move our yarn to the back and knit 10. At this point, you should have 5 stitches left on your needle. We are going to purl the next 2, so flip your yarn to the front, purl 2, and knit the last 3. So yarn to the back and knit the last 3 stitches. And that is row 9. For row 10 and every even row, we are going to turn our work and knit every stitch across. So go ahead, knit every stitch, and I will show you how to do row 11. Row 11. So row 11 is exactly like rows 7 and 9. We're going to knit 3, purl 10, knit 10, purl 6, knit 10, purl 2, and knit 3. So here we go. Knit the first 3. Purl 2. Knit 10. Purl the next 6. Knit the next 10. At this point, we should have 5 loops on our needle, 5 stitches. We are going to purl the next 2. And knit the last 3. And that is row 11. So there's the wrong side of your work. You can see it just looks like a garter stitch, the little bumps. We turn it to the right side, and this is our even rows. We're going to knit across, and you can kind of see where we purl those 6. We're going to start getting that stockinette stitch look, and on both sides where we've been knitting the 10, that is the start of our the feet of our A. And then of course we've got our knit border here. So go ahead, knit row 12. Every stitch across on row 12 is knit, and then I will come back and show you how to do row 13. Row 13, we are going to knit 3, purl 4, knit 5, purl 12, knit 5, purl 4, and end with a knit 3. So here we go. Knit the first 3. Purl the next 4. Knit the next 5. Purl the next 12. knit the next 5, you should have 7 stitches on your needle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are going to purl the next 4. Three stitches left. We're going to knit those last 3 stitches for our border. And that was row 13. Just kind of scoot your stitches. Turn your work. Make sure they don't fall off the hook or the needle. And you can see I'm starting to get a little bit of a color change using this ice cream. It's a self-striping yarn, so it will change colors on its own. For row 14, like every other even row, go ahead, knit every stitch across, and then we will work on row 15. Row 15, we will be working a knit 3, purl 5, knit 5, purl 10, knit 5, purl 5, and a knit 3. So let's start. Knit 3, purl 5, knit 5, purl 10, knit 5, purl 5, you should have 3 stitches left on your needle. Go ahead and purl or knit those last 3. Every row ends with a knit 3 and starts with a knit 3 for the border. So knit those last 3 stitches, and that was row 15. Turn your work. Knit every stitch on this next row, 16, and come back and I will show you how to do row 17. Row 17 is just like row 15. We're going to knit 3, purl 5, knit 5, purl 10, knit 5, purl 5, knit 3. So we start with our knit 3. Scoop my stitches up a little bit so they're easier to slide off and work with. Alright, knit 3, then we're going to purl the next 5. the next 5. Purl the next 10. Knit the next 5. You should have 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are going to purl the next 5 and knit the last 3. So purl these next 5 stitches. And knit the last 3. And that is row 17. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you can definitely tell your garter stitch and your stockingette stitch there. There's the garter stitch. You've got something that looks almost like a tree in the middle, or a mushroom or something. And then you've got your garter stitch over here. Alright, so row 18, because it's an even row, we're going to knit all the way across. And then I will show you how to do rows 19 and 21, which are exactly the same. Alright, so there was my row 18. I just knit across. Turn my work. So rows 19 and 21 are exactly the same as each other. We are going to knit 3, purl 6, knit 5, purl 8, knit 5, purl 6, knit 3 for row 19. And then for row 20 we're going to knit across because it's an even row. And then row 21 is the same as row 19, which is knit 3, purl 6, knit 5, purl 8, knit 5, purl 6, knit 3. So I will show you how to do row 19, and then I will let you do row 20, which is the knit, and 21, which is the same as what I'm just about to show you. So we're going to start with a knit 3, and this is row 19. Purl 6, knit 5, purl 8, knit 5, purl 6, you should have 3 stitches on your needle. Go ahead and purl those last 3, or sorry, knit those last 3 stitches. We always end and start with a knit 3, and that is row 19. Row 21 is the same as that, but don't forget your even row where we are going to knit across. So go ahead, knit for row 20, knit across, and then repeat row 19, which will be row 21, and that will be a knit 3, purl 6, knit 5, purl 8, knit 5, purl 6, and knit 3. And then for row 22, go ahead and knit across, and I will see you back here to work on rows 23 and 25, which are exactly the same as each other. Alright, so I just worked row 22, which was a knitting all the way across because it's an even row. Row 21 was the same as row 19, so I went ahead and worked row 20, which was knit, 21, which was the same as row 19, and finished up with row 22, which was knit all the way across. So now here we go with row 23. 23 and 25 are the same pattern. We're going to knit 3, purl 7, knit 16, purl 7, and knit 3. So that goes for rows 23 and 25, and don't forget to work your knitting across on the even rows, row 24 and 26. So I will show you how to do row 23. We're going to knit the first 3. Purl the next 7. Knit the next 16. So that was next 16 we knit. The next 7 we're going to purl. We should have 3 stitches left on our needle. Go ahead and knit those last 3. And that is the pattern for row 23 and 25. Make sure you knit rows 24 and 26, and I will see you back here for rows 27 and 29. Alright, so I just finished up with row 26, which was a knit row on this side, and you can kind of see the pattern. It's a little hard on the camera to see. So row 27. Row 27 is the same as row 29, and we're going to be working knit 3, purl 8, knit 14, purl 8, and knit 3 for both row 27 and 29. And don't forget to knit across each stitch for rows 20, 28, and 30. So I'll show you how to do row 27. Knit 3, purl 8, knit the next 14. I'm just going to scoot my stitches up a little bit. Knit the next 14. Purl the next 8. At this point, we have 3 stitches on our needle. Go ahead and knit those last 3 stitches. All right, so that is row 27. Turn your work. You're going to knit row 28, and then for row 29, work the same thing we just did for row 27, which was a knit 3, purl 8, knit 14, purl 8, knit 3, and row 30, which is another even row, which means we knit across. And after you do that, I will see you back here to do row 31. All right, row 31. This row we are going to knit 3, purl 8, knit 5, purl 4, knit 5, purl 8, and knit 3 to end the row. So let's start. Knit the first 3. Purl the next 8. Knit the next 5. Purl the next 4. Knit the next 5. Purl the next 8. Three stitches left on your needle. Go ahead and knit those last 3 stitches. The next row is an even row, so row 32, you will go ahead and knit all the way across, and then I will meet you back here for row 33. Row 33, we're going to knit 3, purl 9, knit 4, purl 4, knit 4, purl 9, and knit 3. So knit the first 3 stitches. Purl the next 9. Knit the next 4. purl the next 4. Knit the next 4. Purl the next 9, and that should give us our 3 stitches left at the end to knit. Three stitches left. Go ahead and knit those last 3. And we're back to an even row, which means we knit the next row all the way across. And when we come back, we'll be on row 35. Row 35, we're going to knit 3, purl 9, knit 5, purl 2, knit 5, purl 9, knit 3. Go ahead and knit the first 3. Purl the next 9. Now we are going to knit the next 5. Make sure your yarn is in the back now. Knit the next 5. Purl the next 2. Knit the next 5. Purl the next 9. Three left on your needle. Go ahead and knit those last 3. Row 36 is an even row, so go ahead and knit all the way across, and I will show you how to do rows 37 and 39. Rows 37 and 39 are exactly the same. So I'll show you how to work 37, 38 you'll knit across, and then 39 you'll work the same pattern. So 37 pattern is knit 3, purl 10, knit 10, purl 10, knit 3. We're going to start knit 3. Purl the next 10. Knit the next 10. Purl the next 10. And we're back to the last 3 on our needle, so go ahead and knit those last 3. Row 38, you will knit all the way across as usual for every even row. Row 39 is worked in the same pattern that we just did, so that is a knit 3, purl 10, knit 10, purl 10, and knit 3. And then row 40, another even row, you will knit across. So I will work those rows and I will meet you back here for row 41. Rows 41 and 43 are exactly the same as each other. So we are going to work a knit 3, purl 12, knit 6, purl 12, knit 3 for both rows 41 and 43. Remember, row 44, 42, and 44 are even rows, so you will knit across those rows. So I will show you how to do row 41, and then I will meet you back here for row 45. Row 41, we start with a knit 3, purl 12, knit the next 6, purl the next 12, stitches left on our needle. Go ahead and knit those last 3 stitches. Row 42, so the next row is 42. It's an even row. We're going to knit all the way across. Row 43 is the exact same pattern as row 41. Knit 3, purl 12, knit 6, purl 12, knit 3. Then row 44, even row, knit across, and I will see you back here for rows 45, 47, 49, and all of the evens in between. 45, 47, 49, all have the same pattern. So go ahead, work those next few rows, and I will see you back here for row 45. Rows 45, 47, and 49 all have the same pattern. So it is going to be a knit 3, purl 11, knit 8, purl 11, and knit 3. And then each even row in between will just be knit all the way across. So I will work row 45 with you, and then the even rows will be knit. 47 will be the same as this row 45. Row 48 will be another knit across because it's even, and then row 49 will be the same as this row. Row 50 will be another knit, and then I will see you back for row 51. So right now, row 45, knit 3, purl 11, knit 8, purl 11, and knit 3. So knit the first 3, purl the next 11, knit the next 8. Purl the next 11. Three left on our needle. Go ahead and knit those last 3. And that is the pattern for rows 45, 47, and 49. Again, don't forget to knit on the even side, and you can always tell the even side because that is the side where your pattern is the front side of your work. So you can kind of see that A forming with the garter stitch right there. So work rows 46, knit across. 47 will be the same pattern as we just did, which is knit 3, purl 11, knit 8, purl 11, knit 3. Row 48, another even row, knit across. Row 49 is the same again as what we just did. And then row 50 is even, so knit across. And I will see you back here for row 51. Row 51 is the last pattern row for this project. It is a knit 3, purl 30, knit 3. So basically you want to knit the first 3 stitches and the last 3 stitches, and everything in between we will be purling. After that, row 52 is an even row you will knit, and then the next rows 53 through 55 are also a knit. So you will be knitting the next 4 rows after we finish with this row 51, the last pattern row. So start with a knit 3. And I'm going to purl everything along until I get to my last 3 stitches. You don't even need to worry about counting at this point. You'll just be purling all the way across until you hit those last 3 stitches on your left-handed needle. Then we'll knit those last 3 to complete this row. Knit the next 4 rows. No more working patterns. Knit the next 4 rows after this one, and then I will show you how to bind off. Three stitches left on my needle. I'm going to flip my yarn to the back and knit these 3 stitches. And that completes row 51. Row 52, row 53, row 54, and row 55 are all going to be knit. So just work those 4 rows back and forth, knitting. You don't have to worry about purling at all. And once you've done that, I will show you how to bind off. the bind off row. Your work should be facing you the front side, and that's the side where you can really tell that there is an A. The back side will look something like this. You can see the purl stitches on this side looks like the wrong side, whereas here you've got that nice stockingette, really classic knit stitch pattern. So you should be binding off with this side facing you. To bind off, we start by knitting the first 2 stitches. Now what you want to do is take this needle in your left hand and pull up that first loop on your hook, and you're going to pass it over this stitch, just like that. You're going to knit the next one and take that first loop from your needle and pass it over the stitch that you just made. And you're going to continue working like this all the way across. Just put your needle right through, bring it up and over, and just make sure that you hold that stitch that needs to stay on your needle. Just make sure you kind of hold that so it doesn't slip off. The more you do this, the easier it will become. But the first few, it just takes a little getting used to, because that stitch that you are trying to pass over likes to slip off. And you can see it's creating a bind off edge. one stitch left, knit that stitch, and pass that first one over it. And now you've got one stitch left on your needle. At this point, you can go ahead and cut your yarn, leaving a little bit of a tail. Pull that yarn up and through and just kind of cinch it closed. And then you can weave in your ends. And there is our finished A block. The finished A block, it sort of looks like the Eiffel Tower. I like how the self-striping yarn worked up. And it did not use very much of this yarn. I still have a good chunk of this ball of yarn, so I should be able to get at least 3, maybe 4 more blocks out of it. I hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to like, share. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks again for watching. Bye!